Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Babylon Kidcast. I am Shreya Pandey from grade 10 A1. I have a wonderful volunteer teacher, Tam, with me. Hi, Miss Tam.
Hi. Hi, Shreya.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Yeah.
How have you been feeling these days?
A little bit down mood for a bit. Yeah, because I'll be leaving soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
when are you leaving?
On Saturday.
Oh my god, that's so soon.
Yeah.
I'm a bit saddened to hear that.
Yeah.
So, since all the time you spent in Nepal and at Babylon, how has your experience been so far?
My overall experience from this for the last 6 weeks was so wonderful.
Yeah.
And I have to say that this must be like the great decision for me to
Yeah.
come here. Yeah.
Okay, so you've had a great time in Nepal. Have you been to any other places in Nepal?
Nepal is actually the first country I have traveled to.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how is Nepal been your experience, like, for your first country, for your first international country?
Um, I have heard about Nepal since I was in Vietnam,
Yeah.
and I know that Gautama Buddha.
Yeah.
So he was born here, and
Yeah.
so Nepal is like a very renowned country for Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people come here to study Buddhism, and a lot of beautiful places. You have the Mount Everest, you have the long range of Himalayas. So those are the things that has captivating me to come here. And then since I come here, I got a lot of good experience, a lot of good memories with Nepali people and the sceneries here.
Yeah.
Even though I come in this season, it's not a favorable season for tourists. It's monsoon season.
Yeah.
So it's raining cats and dogs like every day. But lucky for me, for the days that I travel,
Yeah.
it's dry. There's nothing. So I got a chance to visit some places in Nepal, and I have a very good chance to see the Mount Everest too. No, not Mount Everest. I'm sorry, the Himalayas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So which places have you been to in Nepal so far?
I have been to Chandragiri,
Yeah.
the Nagakot,
Yeah.
and the Trisulan River,
Yeah.
and some squares, like Patan squares, Kathmandu squares, and visit the Bodhanath stupa with our school.
Wow, you
Yeah.
went our school. That's cool. So,
Yeah.
out of all these places you've traveled to, which one has been your favorite?
I cannot rate like my top favorite. Like I like every places.
Yeah.
Every place I travel to, it has all like special things. But I'm gonna name some. Like
Okay.
my favorite place in Nagakot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have waterfalls, and they have like a bridge that cross from this side to the other side.
Yeah.
The how to say it, the string bridge. I don't know.
In Nepali, it's called a pool.
A pool.
Pool. Yeah.
Yeah, a pool. And that is the first time I went on to that bridge. It looks scary, but it's fun at the same time,
Yeah,
because the bridge is swinging back and
Yeah.
forth. Yeah, a lot of visitors on that,
Yeah.
and it gives me quite good experience. And I got to see the Himalayas at Nagakot too.
Wow.
That's the first time I see the mountains, a whole range of mountains with white cap. Like they have snow all year round,
Yeah.
right? They're more than 5,000 meters and have all year
Yeah.
snow, and it was so beautiful. Like in my country, we also have mountains that has snow, but only in the winter. So to see a whole range, a whole Himalayas was so like wonderful, and it's kind of gave me like chill, because
Yeah.
the the thing that I have saw in the pictures and the reality is so different. It gives me so much like feelings,
Yeah.
special feelings.
Yeah, you get goosebumps, right? It's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
I got goosebumps. Yeah, so
Yeah.
beautiful. Just stand there and watch them for like 1 hour. so beautiful.
Yeah. So talking about Vietnam and Nepal, do you see any like major differences in Nepal and Vietnam between them?
I think the major difference between Vietnam and Nepal would be maybe the ethnic groups,
Yeah.
and the culture aspects. So in Vietnam, we have 54 ethnic groups, and the majority, the group that has the majority of population is the Kinh people, or we call Viet Kinh, either way. So that ethnic groups, say we have, like, we take for 80, more than 80% of the whole population in Vietnam.
Wow.
And the other groups, they are smaller communities, and that is something that's very different from Nepal.
Yeah.
And the first time I go onto Nepal street,
Yeah.
I was so amazed because it was so diverse.
Yeah.
Like lots of people with like diverse features,
Yeah.
different skin color, different facial features, and like before coming, I thought like Nepal would have like certain appearance,
Yeah.
not like so diverse like that. So I was quite surprised.
Yeah, there's so much diversity here, right?
Yeah.
And so did you see any like major cultural shocks that like in when you were in Darbar squares and all that? Did you see any cultural things?
Going to the squares, I see the like, I think the place that people sit, it's called a chalk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the place that people just gather around, and I don't know if this is called cultural shock, but I feel like Nepali people likes to hang out, likes to like going out on the street, doing
Yeah.
outdoors activities, sitting, chatting, and going
Yeah.
around the squares.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't see anybody holding the phone and like just scrolling, dumb scrolling,
Yeah.
or what. So I think that is something that kind of good.
Yeah.
Like people has a good sense of community.
Yeah.
They like activities that are that has building close connection with other people. Yeah, and that is something that's very good,
Yeah.
actually.
Okay. So other than ethnicity and like cultural things, do you see any like are there is the time difference really different to you? Does it affect you a lot, or is there any other differences?
The difference of timing in Nepal and Vietnam is like more than 1 hour. I don't remember exactly, like 1 and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
I think so. And it does not affect me much in terms of that. And the weather is this is summer in Nepal, and people said that it's hot, it's very hot, but it's quite cool to me.
Really? You find it
Yeah.
cold?
No, not cold, but it's cool. It's not to the point cold, but it's just
chilly.
chilly.
Yeah, it's chilly.
It's very chilly. So I quite enjoy the weather here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe the food is something that's quite different from Vietnam.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy Nepali food a lot?
Yeah, I do enjoy Nepali food.
Yeah.
It's just that they have different tastes from Vietnam.
Oh.
Yeah, like Nepali foods are spicy, right?
Yeah.
Spicy and has strong flavors, a lot of different flavors, like the neighborhood flavors and the other types of flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so diverse, and like mostly are very strong and
Yeah.
spicy.
It's very spicy.
Yeah, very spicy also.
It has a lot of spices and all.
Yeah.
You talked about tasting Newari food, right? So
Yeah.
have you heard of the Newari culture?
Yeah, I have heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen any jatras and all of Newari people?
Yeah, I have seen, and I think that's this time I come here, I went on to like I got a little chance to, I mean like I got the good chance
Yeah.
to experience the neighborhood culture.
Wow.
Yeah, there are lake,
Yeah.
lucky
Lakes.
lackeys. Yeah, they went into our school to perform.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was so fun.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed their dance, and the Newari people, they dance too. They have like, how to say it, like they dance, women and men also dance too.
Yeah.
Everybody's dancing, and they dance something like this.
Yeah.
Do you know, like they're picking up the rice?
Yeah.
That kind of dance.
Yeah. Newari culture is really famous in Nepal, and they have so many jatras all year round.
Yeah.
So Newari culture, what do you think Newari culture is like? Do you think of it as like it's so colorful, it's so fun to look at?
Yeah, it's so fun, it's so colorful. They must have a lot of activities, a lot
Yeah.
of dances, right?
Yeah.
And I think, oh yeah, one more cultural difference in Nepal and Vietnam is that Nepali people really like dancing
Yeah.
everywhere. Like there are dance lessons in our school,
Yeah.
and people, when they got into like some occasions, special occasions, or like events, and people just turn on the music and dance. Everybody knows how to dance,
Yeah.
and they got very good moves, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's so confident in dancing, and that is something that's quite different from my country too. We can sing, yes, we dance too, but like it's not a common thing for everyone to dance like here.
Ah.
Yeah.
So that actually shocked me as well. That's
Yeah.
a really big difference.
Yeah.
So Vietnam and Nepal seem to be so different.
Yeah.
But what gave you the motivation to come to Nepal? Like, what encouraged you to come to Nepal?
I think that the main motivation for me to come here is that I want to step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have spent so many years in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Never travel abroad, so
Yeah.
I want my first travel to another country to be something special. To have like, it should be something that I would remember for my life.
Yeah.
And I got a recommendation that Nepal is a country of Buddhism.
Yeah.
So people are nice, and people are friendly, and they are like very like, there's so many good people because people follow the Buddhism philosophies.
Yeah.
So that is why I should choose here.
Yeah.
And the nature is so amazing too. And also maybe it's because that that I want to bring something to the community here.
Yeah.
I got a chance to earn like good education in my country, and I want to share with the students and the people here too.
Yeah.
Meeting people, making friends with people, and enjoying the cultural difference.
Yeah.
So those are my motivation to come here.
So, have you made any good friends in Nepal?
Yeah, I have made many good friends.
Yeah.
And Rasmita ma'am in our school is also one of my good friends too.
Wow. And so you have a lot of friends, and you have a very good friend in the school as well.
Yeah.
How has the school environment been treating you?
The schools, so far my experience with the school, I have nothing to complain.
Yeah.
So, everything's so good. Like I got pretty good accommodation and the food, more than I expected.
Yeah.
Because the other Vietnamese, they have been to Nepal, and they have they told me that I should prepare some medicines because I may got stomach problem eating here.
Yeah.
Because the food is very different. In Vietnam, we eat more plain, more like not much strong flavor, and not spicy too. There are spicy dishes, but it would depend on each people. But mainly plain.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So they said that I should prepare. But then I come to our school, and I got pretty good accommodation. I got my room very clean, and the food in the canteen is so good too.
Really?
Like I have to say thank you to the chefs in the canteen.
Yeah.
That they cook really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you live in the hostel, right?
Yeah.
How is your relationship with like the hostel students, the hostel wardens, and all?
Yeah. So in the hostel, in the first few days in Nepal, I was quite scared, and was kind of feel like there's just only me,
Yeah.
because because I travel to here by myself. And I stay in the hostel. On my floor, there's just only me on my floor. There are Rasmita ma'am and the other students are on the first floor. I'm on the second floor, and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
It was quite scary for me a little bit, and it was dark too.
Yeah.
But whenever I got scared like that, I come to them, and
Yeah.
they really did help me to overcome my fear. Like the floor is so dark, and they did help me to open the lights. Respita ma'am opened the
Oh.
lights for me. So for several times I was okay.
Yeah.
And they also like checking up on me, the girls and Respita ma'am also.
Yeah.
They sometimes they knock at my door to see if I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems the hostel environment has been really good for you. It's
Yeah.
been really helpful. So how is how is the teaching environment? So what kind of what subject do you teach? How is your relationship with the students? So
Okay.
tell me all about it.
Yeah. So the subject I teach is called critical thinking.
Yeah.
That is subject I got to learn in my school, and I really like it.
Yeah.
So it's basically just a subject that helps students to think better, to solve problem better. And the thing I teach them is about some standards to thinking, and would help them in the way they receive new information.
Yeah.
Because right now there's a lot of new information on the internet. There's so many. There are fake news or misleading news or many types. And in this era, when they have to receive that much of information, they would be overwhelmed. So maybe this subject would help them a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. In navigating through those information.
So your subject is critical thinking,
Yeah.
and how do you implement these? What techniques do you use to implement this?
So I teach them about some standards of thinking.
Yeah.
There are many kind of standards, and I teach them the most basic ones, like clarity, precision, and accuracy, and relevance, and all that. Those basic standards
Yeah.
would help them in solving some problems. For example, the first standard I teach them is about clarity. So clarity, it is about how they understand. When something is clear, something that has clarity, some information that is clear, the students can understand it clearly.
Yeah.
They can get the meaning of that. So how they can implement that into real life. So the way I help them is I give them the situations.
Yeah.
I ask the students in the class, like I give them a situation like this. What happened when their teacher explained to them something and they don't understand?
Yeah.
So that problem, some students suggest to me their solution would be like they would report to the manager or the coordinators.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to tell the parents and stuff. But my subject would help them to not solving problem in such brutal way,
Yeah.
but more critically.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, they can ask the teachers questions to so that they can understand what the teacher explained to them.
Yeah.
So the question they can ask for clarity from what the teacher taught is like they can ask like, can the teacher repeat again or repeat in other words?
Yeah.
And maybe the teacher can like elaborate more on that thing so that they can understand. Or the students can ask the teacher to give them examples or illustration to clarify what they teach in the class. So those are the things that students can do. But
Yeah.
even though it sounds easy to us, because you're grade 10, but the younger students, the like grade 6, grade 7, they don't know much about that. So it would help them pretty much in their solving problem.
Since they're in grade 6 and 7, they're just kids, right? So how do you think they adapt to all this critical thinking about all this knowledge and all?
So All of this I have to explain in a very very simple ways, and I give them like reality situations to adapt immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they like, even though it may sound hard, but it's not that hard. It's very common, it's very universal, it's very close to our daily life, so they can adapt and they still remember what I taught. Like after teaching about one standards and I move on to the other, I
Yeah.
will ask the student like, have you remember anything about what I have taught? Like I'll giving them like concept checking questions,
Yeah.
yeah, to see if they understand it or not, and to see if they remember all the information or not. I don't force them to remember the definitions or what.
Yeah.
I'll just give them some situation so that they can, if they can solve those situations, then they understand my lesson. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way of teaching. That's a great tactic and all. So, how is your relationship? How's your bond with the students? Do you bond with them well, or is like the language barrier a problem?
Yeah, the first 1 2 weeks, I think there is language barrier,
Yeah.
since the students, even though they speak very good English, I have to acknowledge their English is so good,
Yeah.
but the accent is pretty different from mine.
Mhm.
So that sometimes I find it pretty hard to understand what they're saying. But good thing that it's not a common situation in the class. There are many students who had like their accents is easier to understand for me, so they
Ah.
can help me they telling their friends
Yeah.
ideas to me.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So you seems that you have a good bond with students, right?
Yeah, and also the students, they also some of the students, they when they see me, they come up and talk with me,
Yeah.
and I feel like the barriers between me and them is not much.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a foreigner, even though I'm their teacher, but they're very friendly,
Yeah.
and they really like to share a lot about Nepal to me. And some like very young students, they even hug me.
Oh.
Do you know Arlen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I know her.
Wow, she's pretty popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a great
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, and for example, her and other students also, they also come up and hug me. I was quite surprised because I never hugged my teachers at my school,
Yeah.
and then I got hugged here.
Yeah.
And they give me the presents too.
Oh.
Oh yeah, like
The kids here at Babylon are very welcoming and all. Yeah.
yeah.
So we're done with like all the school stuff and
Mm.
all. How is your overall rating in Nepal?
My overall experience here,
Yeah.
it was so great. I have
Yeah.
many stories to tell.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite story in the Bodanab Stupa.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went there with the school, and I went there with my friends also.
Mm-hmm.
So the previous time I went with my friend, I also walk around the Bodanab Stupa for like 13 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way of I don't know how they call it in the Buddhism community, but like they said that I either walking around the Bodhanab Stupa for 13 rounds or 25 rounds, and I did 13 rounds, and then after that I gone onto the stupa to visit the stupa clearer,
Yeah.
and I have to take off my shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And since I got warned by my friends that be careful, you're gonna lose your shoes,
Yeah.
and my shoes is like the only pairs that I have to walk around.
Mhm.
So I was so afraid. There's
Yeah.
a lot of shoes there too. So my tactic for protecting my shoes are that I put one shoe at one place and the other I throw it at another place,
Yeah.
so that it's not a pair, so
Mhm.
people would not gonna like steal it. But then after going around the stupa and taking pictures for like 20 minutes, I come back to the place I put my shoes, and I saw my pair of shoes was right there. Somebody
my-
saw somebody saw my single shoe,
Yeah.
and then they find the other, and then they take them back and put it very neatly for me.
That's so nice of
Yeah,
them.
yeah, that's so nice. And they somehow, because my shoes is next to my friend's shoes,
Yeah.
so they're putting us very neatly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so
Yeah.
surprised.
Nepali people are very kind to foreigners and all.
Yeah,
And even if they didn't know you were a foreigner, they still would be kind.
yeah. I mean, pretty sure they don't know I'm a foreigner because
Yeah.
I look Nepali. I got praised like that a lot, and they even don't know, and they still do that for me.
Yeah.
I was so surprised.
That's really nice of them to
Yeah.
do that. So now I think, do you have anything else to say to the viewers?
I think that I want to say thank you to the schools and many teachers here
Yeah.
for supporting me so that I can have a good experience here with the schools and the students also. I want to say thank you to the coordinators like Mr. Bikram, Ma'am Anita, and Rasmita, also the chefs, the head chefs of the canteen. Like, I was so happy to choose our school and got a very good experience here. So
Yeah.
I want to say thank you to everyone.
So now I think it's our time to bid goodbye. Thank you for everyone who's been watching this, and please be patient for the next episode of Babylon Kidcast. Bye bye.
Bye bye.